what are the top benefits of FTA between India and UK? To answer this, I am joined by the Trade Commissioner of South Asia, Mr. Harjinder Kang. Mr. Kang, welcome to TV9. Tell us about this new chapter of FTA between India and UK and how do you see the role of Gujarat in it?
Oh, wonderful. I mean, I'm the Trade Commissioner now. Before this, I was the Chief Negotiator of the FTA until I came over here. So I'm very, very close to it and so delighted we managed to agree. And I was there when the Prime Ministers were together and our Secretaries of State for Commerce and Minister Goyal from here signed the deal. I was actually there to witness such an amazing occasion. The deal itself is the deepest, widest, broadest deal that India's ever done. And it's actually the largest deal that the UK's ever done since Brexit. And it's something which we were very keen to make sure is going to last not for a few years, but for the next 10, 20 years. And there's a lot of not just tariff liberalizations, not just service acquisitions, but lots of policy things in there that makes our economies work better together for the long term. And there are lots of headlines that I can give you, but it's a wonderful occasion that this has happened.
How do you see the role of Gujarat in this?
Well, Gujarat is wonderful industries such as life sciences and healthcare. It's a big player in that area. And certainly the UK is a life sciences ecosystem, which, you know, we're one of the largest and most influential industries. We punch way above our weight in life sciences. And I actually used to work for AstraZeneca for about 30 years before coming into this role. So I know a little bit about the industry, and having talked to the key players in Gujarat, not just this time around, I've been a few times, I can see how we can play a game of collaboration between the two nations. One of the big things we're trying to do is to ensure innovation and collaboration in innovation, whether it's in healthcare and life sciences or other aspects. We're trying to make sure we make it easier for companies to get together on a regular basis. So the real sort of tangible benefits for the sort of general population is obviously in things like tariff reductions. What I mean by that is something like 99% of things that India send to the UK will be lower or zero tariffs. By that I mean import duties, which means potentially lower prices in the UK. The other way, 90% of all the things that are sent from the UK to India are lower tariffs, which should equate into cheaper prices in the shops in India. And the headline ones that you always hear on the media and in the sort of newspapers is that things like alcohol, for example. Whisky is going to be reduced from 150% duty to 75% on the day of the FTA coming into force. And so that sort of thing is, you know, not unique. We've reduced tariffs on a lot of things. And like I said to you, it will make for a much better trading environment on both sides.
So what are the major takeaways of this deal between India and UK? Major takeaways?
Major takeaways are essentially that we have a set of economies which don't directly compete and are able to collaborate. So things like intellectual property, for example. We have strengthened our copyright rules that allows companies to innovate and protect their innovation. We have the tariffs I talked about. We have services. I mean, the UK is a big service economy, as is India. 50% of India's economy is services. 80% of the UK's is services. And we have now baked into the treaty things like access to each other's markets in the service sector, which will help those companies make long-term strategic decisions about where to be present and how to be present. So those sort of things will be very, very useful.
Lastly, keeping in mind India's growing global economy, how do you see the future of this FTA between India and UK?
Well, the future is bright for both countries. I mean, at the end of the day, we have been collaborating as two countries for many, many decades. This is an evolution of that. I mean, the FTA is a very strong starting point. It's not the be-all and end-all. We also agreed when we signed the FTA, another thing called the India-UK Vision 2035. That's a 10-year horizon looking at our strategic partnership in many, many areas. So trade and investment is only one part of it. Things like defense, climate, and a few other things. It's all online. You can have a look at it. It's huge. So this is a potential long-term look at how do we collaborate together to create value for ourselves and essentially for the world in some ways.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your time and those valuable insights.
Thank you very much. Lovely
Thank
to be
you so
with you.
much. With camera person Natwar Parmar, this is Neeru signing off for TV9.